All right.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Hello, teachers of 11th grade advisories. Registration is coming up. Your students are about to become seniors. We're changing up the registration process somewhat, and you're going to play an important role. Our purpose today is to talk with you about that role so that you have a sense of comfort going into that first advisory January 8th. And just as a quick reminder, registration is changing, and we'll use the 3 advisories in January, the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd to complete this process. Very, very important, what I want to say right off the bat is we don't expect for you to be the end-all experts on course selections. Our purpose today is to give you an overarching sense of the main questions that incoming seniors are going to have so that you can help with that. And it really starts with language arts.
Language arts is one of those difficult areas that is more difficult for a senior. So I'll go into a little bit more description of that. Students must choose one of the following 5 classes: critical reading of literature, dramatic lit, literature and mythology, memoir, or legends and short stories. Now there's a couple of things to keep in mind. If a student took American short stories in their junior year, they should be taking legends and short stories. That kind of follows suit. If they take themes in American Lit as their literature requirement, then they should take literature and mythology. So what tends to happen is some students start to pick a couple of them. Maybe they would pick legends and literature and mythology, and that's actually more of a duplicative class. So that's what we want to try to stay away from. That's the first part, the literature requirement. The second part is a language arts elective, and that can be any other language arts class. And that is why there's some difficulty sometimes with that, deciding which ones they should take. So the 5, one of those 5, and then of course making sure that it balances with what they took in their junior year, which they can get off their transcript. The second part would be the humanities class, A and B. Humanities covers both requirements, both the language arts requirements and the literature requirements. It's an AP course. It's a difficult course, so students have to be ready for that. And once again, they would get college credit for that if they take that. So if a student had taken APLAC, for example, in 11th grade, their 12th grade humanities would be there. The only other option that fits into this particular category is the college and the schools class, and that has some requirements, and normally they receive teacher approval for that.
So next for incoming seniors is social studies. There's 2, economics and American government. First, with American government, their students will have a choice: the 1 trimester American government or the 2 trimester course in AP U.S. government and politics. The AP U.S. government and politics, as with other AP classes, going to have a test in the spring in which students can earn college credit via the College Board. The second is economics. Similarly, 1 trimester econ class, students can also take a 2 trimester course in AP microeconomics, again a test in the spring.
Also, there is a physical education requirement. So physical ed 12 is something that they have to sign up for, and that is still 1 trimester course.
In fine arts, just remember that over the course of their 4 years, students need to take 2 fine arts credits, and not just out of the art department. Students can get fine arts credits elsewhere. Just consult the course description guide. Look for that A. That indicates that a student can get a fine arts credit. Music serves as fine art, for example.
Now, for this particular class in 11th grade, going into their senior year, they might be interested in taking PSEO or Northeast Metro. The thing to remember with that is that we will have a meeting on January 14th where I'll describe what the AP program would be. Other teachers will help me do that. And then also what is our PSEO and college in the schools. So now for the Northeast Metro, there's a separate application process for that. And just remember, if they do sign up for those particular courses, it will equal 6 credits overall, taken off of their 15 credits. So they'll have 2 credits each trimester. And they just have to fill out something for me to be able to connect up with Northeast Metro. We'll have brochures available in your packets. I won't have a ton of them for these students, but you'll have a few in there to go by to see what that class selection would be. When we're talking about electives for 11th graders going into 12th grade, the thing that you have to keep in mind is math and science are usually considered electives. Now, there are schools that want to see that everyone takes math and science, and so in some kids' minds, it could be considered requirements. And that's okay to think that way, but as far as ROS is concerned, it is part of the elective piece. But as we mentioned, some of the electives, as I said, world language requirement and there's a couple things about science to consider. Most students will be looking at taking physics. If they take physics, they'll have some choices. They can go into general physics, which is more of students that don't necessarily have high math skills. Physics class would be one that will be higher math skills. And then AP Physics 1 would be something that would be, once again, an AP course. And the curriculum would be pretty difficult for that class, with also an AP Physics extended option. So you'll have an A, B, and a C in that part. So there's really 3 different classes that someone could take in the science area when it regards to physics.
And just to clarify, that students are required to take either chemistry or physics.
And as far as electives go, the remaining classes that they have, and if it was Northeast Metro, that kind of considers their electives. But world languages, once again, could be one of those classes that you would promote. Once again, 4-year classes or 4-year colleges want to usually have 2 years of world language. And so that might be one that they put together in their electives.
So a couple closing thoughts. The first week, on January 8th, you're going to distribute transcript, look to see if there's any classes that students need to make up, and the registration materials. The expectation is that students should complete the registration form over the course of the next week and return it to you on the 15th. You'll keep it on the 15th. On the 22nd, after all changes have been made, we're going to copy over to a color-coded form what those final course requests are. Hang on to both, and we'll give you more information about that as we get sooner or get closer to that date. If you have a special education, an EL student, an AVID student, those students should go through this process like everybody else. Just know that staff from those departments will be working with those students during the process. And as a final reminder, again, we don't expect for you to be experts in this. We just want for you to be able to be a first set of eyes to help these students in their registration process. Counselors are standing by. On behalf of my team, thanks for your help.